Alrighty, today we're going to be finding the product between two functions, f of x and g of x. Alright, so we're actually given f of x and g of x right here. And then we're told that all we're doing is we're doing f of x times g of x, so just do some substitutions. So if we're looking for, f of x times g of x, well, do we know what f of x is? Yes, you know that f of x is negative 2x plus 1. And if we're multiplying this, you will need to have parentheses. You need them, okay? Because if you're multiplying, you want to make sure that you're saying, hey, you're multiplying all of this, not just the 1 or not just the negative 2x. And then we'll need parentheses around the g of x too, which we're told is 12x plus 2. All we need to do is just substitute that in. And once you do, all we have to do is simplify this, and once we are done with our expression portion. So, let's get started. So, distribution means you're multiplying everything out equally. So, you take your first term, you say, all right, that multiplies to the first term of our next parenthesis. Negative 2 times 12 is negative 24x times x is x squared. All right, then we multiply the first negative 2x to 2, which is negative 4x. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. There's only one x, so it just comes right down. Alright, next we have, let me make it a little more obvious, is a 1, which also multiplies through. So 1 times 12x, that's 12x. 1 times 12 is 12, x stays the same. 1 times 2 is 2. Do we have any like terms? Yeah, you have your negative 4x and the 12x. So all you need to go from there is combine those together, which gives us 8x. And then we just bring our answer down. So negative 24x squared plus 8x plus 2. That's it. That is the expression. That's your f of x times g of x, and you're done. Okay? Now in this next part it says if you have a third function, h of x, and that is the two functions you just multiplied together, then what is it? What is h of negative 4? Well, this looks a little bit into function notation here, where we say, okay, well, normally we see an x there, but what is in its place instead of an x? It's a negative 4. So all this is really saying is, hey, if we have our h of x, which we already know, is negative 24x squared plus 8x plus 2, because we know it's f of x times g of x. That's literally what we just did. Okay? And instead of x, we have a negative 4. All we're doing is we're essentially saying, hey, everywhere you see an x, in its place is now a negative 4. So we have negative 24. And you will need parentheses here, right? Make sure you have them. Very, very important. So negative 4 squared. Because instead of x, it became a negative 4. Right? Plus 8 times negative 4. Okay, instead of x, you see negative 4. Plus 2. So the expression, what we have is still the same, just in place of x is just a negative 4. Well, now, do you see any more variables? No, they're all gone, so we can simplify this out. Remember, order of operations. Alright? There's nothing to do inside of our parentheses, p, so we're good with that one. Now we move on to e, which is the exponent. So we have an exponent. We have a square. Do it before you do anything else. So negative 4 squared is 16. Okay? And then you are good to continue with the rest of the problem. So next is multiplication and then addition, right? We'll want to finish this out. So we have negative 24 times 16, which is negative 384. And then minus 32, which is 8 times negative 4. And then plus 2 at the end. So we have negative 384 minus 32 plus 2. And all combined, we end up with negative 414. And that is your h of negative 4. And that will is what goes inside your answer box. Alright, thanks for watching.